Hello. This is the first time I'm recording this for target trading, and remember, I'm just active participant. Um, I'm not going to be liable for putting this kind of videos up every week or something, but I will try as often as possible. Now, I loaded today's or this week's workspaces, and this is the Aussie workspace I received. So I'm gonna start doing this first. Now it's at 4 hours. I'm not gonna erase anything, and I'm gonna move up to the highest period, the biggest period monthly, and move down back to 4 hours. Monthly. Um, Only reason I really use monthly is for the support resistance, the key areas. Okay, so obviously he already marked here. I think it's Tyson who does this. Anyway, he marked off the support here, or rather, like a range here, and also a range here, and the resistance here. Or I could be wrong. It could be not the support range, but the specific support lines. But in my past experience, support is not a definitive line, but more of an area cushion. Like you should give little cushions. It's a pretty good way to draw support or resistance. Okay. Anyway, it's monthly, so I'll just draw off. If I were to add more trend line, add more horizontal line and resistance. Also, it's a bit, different than how MTI teaches, but these here is the like imminent resistance are called major resistance, and the one that we broke down, you know how past support becomes a resistance. Those are called minor resistance. Okay, so this is the area that has been often used as both support and resistance. So I'm going to keep those there. It's a minor resistance and major resistance. And I'm not going to pick out all these little values here. I want to do the one like swing high, swing low, because that will show on weekly. So you can work down to the lower time frame and mark those. You don't want to mark up too much so you can't see any price action. Okay, and you can see the trend line is there too. Let me draw that trend line. Okay, all right. This, I think a lot. I pause and think a lot where to really connect the dots. Maybe it was better to draw from here to there. I know there's a guideline on trend line, but trend line is an art. You should never trade because it breaks out trend line. You should never, just to solely depend on trend line. It's just there. All right, so we're done with the monthly. So we're pretty much down here. Monthly, the thing I don't do other than just to finding support resistance and maybe big trend line like this, I don't believe in trend in monthly. As you can see, you put more data, you realize, the trend is up here, but it's down. It's so much long period, things out of change. By the time it may go break this trend line, it may go back up. Then it's just a big support and resistance, not a trend to follow. If you're trying to short around here because it's trend, I think you're you're wrong. Anyway, we go weekly. Weekly and on, you can you can depend on maybe trend line and everything else, and trading and trend trading and everything may work from here. But I'm kind of iffy on I would trade trend, but I'm kind of iffy on the weekly trend either also. And you can see that this is congested area, which things will come down and may act similar like this, when it comes back into this area. Except this one, somehow it had a lot of selling, and it passed right through, but it got back in and had to go. And this is the area, and the current area is right here, okay, in this congested area. Okay, let's go back down. And the weekly, it's already all marked. I don't want to crowd it. So daily, this is all very important daily. So you can see we're in this congested area, which were, if same thing happened before. It held many times. Okay. Yeah, it held. Yeah, this area held and was supporting resistance before. And I'm gonna skip 8 hours and go to 4 hours now. Now I drew this blue trend line because this trend line here, he used this spike data. It may be good data, but it may also be a bad data. The thing about Forex, there's no central exchange, so the data comes from a brokerage firm or multiple brokerage firms, and you can tell this is from news. This caused by news, and especially the spikes happen during news time is not really reliable data. So I would ignore it, but then I'm not going to erase someone's drawing because he has his own ideas. So I'm going to put my ideas in it. So I would draw a trend line connecting this high and this high and ignore this. Anyway, got here. When I first took this target trading, I've been trading since 1998. Yeah, I traded a lot and a long time and a lot because I've been trading a lot of futures for day trading and also stocks for day trading. Anyway, the reason I took the class and I really enjoyed it was Chris Pulver. Chris Pulver would draw like this, and he'll either break the trend line, like right here, and then retest it. But this one was not retesting it. I wouldn't call this retest. Retest is more like come back here, come back down. It was like hugging it all along. In this case, he will probably depend on. But I listened to all his stuff. I remember the change of color and break over this automated trend line. He calls moving average crossover trend line. So he went over, the price went over the trend line and changed color right here. So he probably would have went in next candle, or something like that. It would have been lost unless your stop is around here. I know he has very conservative stop, meaning big stops, because it chops around. Look at these tails. They're not, these are chops. So he would have put stops probably from at least from daily chart, and he would have placed it right here. Who knows? Maybe that's too far, but anyway. So there was an opportunity to buy here or wait till it bounced off this trend line. But anyway, it didn't happen. This trend line had a too steep angle to be utilized for bouncing off, unless it happened around here. Okay, now this has good angle, although I didn't like it. I wouldn't draw it because this was spike. But the thing about trend line or anything else, it's so easy to spot after the fact. After this happened, you can say, oh, this was usable. But for all these days and hours and hours and hours, who would have known this was going to be effective? Anyway, so it held. It broke out again in the Chris Wade method. You would have bought it right here because it turned color, and also it crossed over automatic trend line. And also if he would have drawn this trend line, it broke that trend line also. Okay, so doing that, I don't know, and it hit this target here. Okay, so this is what target trading about, this high probability target hit, target hitting profit targets. So how many is this? That's about 80 pips. Anyway, you would have profit 80 pips, and also you could have held on until this bigger target. But if we did, it might have been turned. The market might have been turned against you, unless you held the stop here, holding it till we get there. Now we broke this trend line. Oh no, we are challenging this trend line, and everything else with this price action broke through. So we are and I would have gone in break of this trend line. Oops, what is? Anyway, break of this trend line, go and break out, and then retrace toward that trend line or this support. Once it breaks, it becomes support. I'll get back into hit the target, but target is so close, so I don't know if you want to risk for just gaining so little, risk so much for so little. So anyway, I'll show you one more thing. Okay, the indicators. Okay, now if I take off this indicator, trend finder, the one that Chris uses. Hold on. How come it doesn't show? Let me see here. Move. Yeah. Doesn't do it there, huh? Okay. Now see the colors are gone. The color of the candle, the trend color, was one of the weapons that we were utilizing when we were taking his course. Now, none of the follow-up guys are not using it. and they don't use this automated trend line either. So it becomes pretty much, you know, marking off by a person. And only reason I don't depend on heavily on indicators, but only reason I use indicator or Chris used indicator might use those indicators was that, you know, people think different, like trend line, and you know, indicators remove fear or emotions in trading. So that's why I like to use indicators to confirm. Otherwise, it gets too subjective. I like to get as much objective as possible. Okay, so that's how I feel. Anyway, that's why I like to put all the indicators in. I'm not really good with this charting platform because I use other charting platform. Trend finder, but you know, it's got room to improve, and I think it's decent software. Okay, now I'm back with where it was. So that's the reason I use these colored candles, colored trend finder, and also automated trend line. I will draw. I'll watch the drawings done on the chart and everything, but I will still do my own. Use these indicators. All right. So this is how it is. If I take off this color trend finder, you guys, I forgot to talk about it, but you guys could have seen this was red candle, this was white candle, and we broke the low. So in terms of this drawing, I think it was good to go short to around here. Okay, but if you put this color on, it looks completely different. Anyway, in terms of target trading, this risk reward is not there, so I wouldn't go long looking at it, but I would go long when the hold on when this forms maybe around here. You know what? Total. Anyway, some kind of a pattern may work. This already looks like sort of a double bottom type. But anyway, look for clear pattern and also break of this neck. Break of this here, not the neck. This top here. Then a lot of times price retrace back about good 50%. Yeah, I wouldn't go that either. So this I will have probably no trade on the Aussie. Okay, so let's move on. It took me a lot of time, but at the same time, I explained my method, or what I thought Chris was doing. Okay, now 1 month. It's good to draw trend line. I mean, good to draw support resistance. Okay. Now you can see this horizontal line are being respected several times. So when it gets there, you should watch out for price action. And this, when we stand right now, well, we stand right here, but before this swing high here, that area also represents a lot of visits with a spike. Okay, and the price area we are at right now, right here. Anyway, these are respected areas. Okay, nothing to do with trend lines. Where's the trend at monthly? Do you see the trend? When people talk about monthly trend, are you talking about very imminent trend here? Or where's the trend? Anyway, that's how I feel about trend, looking for trend in monthly chart, on monthly chart. Okay, this one right here, weekly. Again, I marked off, there's no extra stuff to mark off. Okay. Daily. We're here. Looking at daily chart, looks like very fast move down, like maybe perhaps compared to here, compared to here. What happened after those types of moves? You know, each currency has its, you know, its own pattern or habit or whatever, because people who are trading these currency pairs, you know, people who likes to trade Aussie yen, then they tend to trade Aussie yen all the time. So um, so anyway, that's how it looks. Actually, the down move came from here, a little bit of retrace. You can see that from a lot of like this fall, a little bit of retracement, fall, and then big retracement. So we are looking at this thing is already done, right? I think the little retracement. So maybe we go, you know, we will have a big retracement. In that case, it should expect to come up, you know, pretty much to 61.8 minimum at 50%. So let me draw some here too. Where's that thingy? Okay. 50% to Okay. So that's the area I'm expecting it to bounce up to. So when it does, but it'll be a long time before that, and we need to look for some kind of sign to get in. Okay. Anyway, here is the past. This minor. What am I doing here? Reset the tool. Again, I'm not really used to this. So okay. I'm gonna draw one trend line here. That's maybe helps in decision making in the, you know. Okay, Now, horizontal lines. That's about it. Okay, let's move down to 4 hours. Okay. All right. I don't know where this trend line came from. I didn't draw it, but I'm gonna. Oh, you know what? Maybe that wasn't trend line. That's a Fibonacci, isn't it? Oh, is it trend line? Oh, a lot of things disappear when I click that. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't look like trend line, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Instead, draw trend line. Very difficult place to draw a trend line. Actually, this trend line makes sense, but not because it touches a lot of peaks. So I'm gonna leave it there. But also that trend line is very steep, so I need another trend line that angle-wise makes sense. Sometimes I draw backward and see where it goes, but this one doesn't go anywhere except connecting these two. So okay, only thing really you can do is connect these two, and maybe we should do that. Okay. Reset tools. Okay, so we got the trend lines. It broke this fast moving trend line, and then with a good candle formation, actually it was a pretty good entry if you took the entry there. Anyway, so you're not gonna wait till this bounce off this one, because as I said, that angle is really too steep to use for anything. But we can wait till it break out of this trend line, bounce back and go, but then you have a resistance. Anyway, there's a decision to make later on. Okay, and if this start moving, then we can start drawing this trend line. Maybe that'll give you guidance. Now, yeah, this is what I liked about target trading also. Because Chris would utilize these two indicators. The way he used was to see if anything crossed or touched extreme. Extreme is this 70 and 30 lines. If it did, you know, he would look for divergence, meaning this indicator is moving up while the price action is going down. Okay, is the divergence. So it has a divergence. It has candlestick formation. It broke the trend line. We should have really went in on this candle right here. It has a lot of oops. Right. Sorry. Okay, we should have really went on this candle, break on the top of this candle. Now, if you missed the opportunity, the price action came right back down. About right now is not a bad place to get in, especially it's showing another positive candle formation. Um, not a bad place to get in right now. So I'm marking it here. Okay. Original place to get in. Hold on. How much? Okay. Okay, in 81.91 you should have went in. So it's not too far off from there. It's a second opportunity. I think, okay, the screen line was the entry. Okay. All right, this is a good entry. I think I'm gonna be placing order. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. It's already took me more than 30 minutes. I'm just gonna do these Aussie workspace was sent to me today. Well, downloaded from this charting software today. Since I don't think I have time to do much more. But I'll speed up from next time on. Okay, minor resistance, major resistance. Yeah, let's do that and to worry about these later. Okay, 1 week. Again, I want to make sure you understand where do you see the trend here. Well, this you talk about this one long, then we should still be long. Like monthly, I wouldn't depend on looking for a trend here. Okay. Weekly, you can clearly tell these whole chart, you know, was about a little bit of a lot of consolidation and boom, move down. So you can say there, there is a trend, but all right. What else do we have here? Everything is marked off. All the trend lines are there. So everything good. Daily. All the support been marked. Trend lines there. All right. So daily is fine. 4 hours. Okay. See the divergence? Again, divergence is there of the support and of the 168 extension from this fib. And again, I don't know why I would draw a trend line like that. Should draw a trend line like this, or at least there, this thing here, or this one that hugs all the spikes on the way down. Okay. Now I'll do the ones my method. Okay. Right here, I change my color to blue. Extend. Okay. In this case, the It bounced off this Fibonacci level and support. I don't know if this support was made from previous move. Yep. Yeah. Previous move here. Yeah, I was just checking to see if it was from. Maybe not. Hold on. Get confused with that. Fairly close to these two, but I think he drew off that. That's the line that drew off that line, so it wasn't from past events. Close, but not. Okay. All right. So broke out of that trend line. It's moving. So next thing we can do. Okay, let me move here. Okay, just a drawing. So it's not a trend line. It was just a drawing. Break up this. Break up this. Happen here. Fail once. It's happening now. But let's see. You can wait till it bounces off someplace or make a swing low, then make it another trend line. Another way to do is draw another Fibonacci. Okay. Okay. Okay, I drew Fibonacci from. Oh, what am I doing here? Hold on a second. Yeah, it's kind of difficult to mark on someone else's drawing here. Hold on, there you go. All right, let me see which one is 50%. Nope, this right here. What did I say? So normally we trade about 50% to 61.8%, right? Voila. All right. We can look for candle formation. With this candle right here looks pretty decent. So, the break top of this candle, I guess you can go long and have a risk of this to gain our targets are here. And I believe there were target here too, somewhere around here because he wrote weekly target, unhit target. Anyway, these two are the targets. Okay, and maybe you should choose the one that's close to other support resistance or important Fibonacci levels, but the levels are not there. Maybe you should this pivot and this pivot, right? Let me draw so we can identify this pivot here. This pivot doesn't coincide much with the support resistance. Let's see if this one does. No, not too much. We will take the conservative target right here, or even more conservative. I will probably may go with 50% retracement of this big move, because that kind of coincides with this tails here, support or resistance here. So I'm gonna go with that. So I'm gonna draw a target. This is the target zone. Okay, this target comes from that candle end. where the tug of war and the supply and demand was. Okay, so this is my weekly target. So you're risking this much to make that much. Anyway, all right, that's also another trade. The last one. Go down to monthly. Where's the trend on monthly? Okay. Okay. We're right in the middle of things here. Okay. I'm not. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna. You know. Okay. All right. Weekly. Pretty strong, powerful move to move up on a weekly chart. This move will either terminate here or move up to here. Most likely, probably here, I think. Daily chart. On the daily chart, this looks like very important area here, right here. So many moves were terminated here. So let's say that's bottom level. When these like chops like this, it comes down even further down on this, but you try to level it off with the most recent information. You can use this information, but it may, I think it may be the news-related spike. So, it's kind of a little off from these. I would use this information. Sorry. And now we get back down to 4 hours. Okay. It has divergence. It touched it. Did it? Yep. Because it touched it. I don't know why he's trying to tell you there's divergence from all the way to the top or something. Yeah, that's, I think more important one is the one imminent one right here. Because we are trying to see the move from daily chart and and timing it better with a 4-hour chart. So okay, this divergence, whatever that's to give you the precise entry, helps you precise entry like this divergence here and candle patterns you should look for in trading time period, not from higher time period. It may, daily chart is always good idea, but okay, anyway. All right. So this could be the downtrend. I drew a downtrend using these two peaks, as you can see. like I said, drawing trend line is an art. Um, let's do. But if you keep on trying to force, like using the really like most recent information, trend line, you gotta use some old information because it's a trend line. The trend, that started from, some time ago, not like the one you shouldn't force it like, imminent trend. So if you can use this trend line, there's nothing wrong with that. But I would use the one here. I may use this one if price comes down and goes further down. Then I know this may be the better trend line because the angles are there. This angle is not that bad either. Okay. Anyway. Okay. I don't know what this line is. Okay. But anyway, it's there. And there's no swings here, so I don't want to throw a trend line. If I do, it'll be the one that's forcing. But let's do it anyway. It's not to find a trend, but to maybe get a entry point. Then it's a different idea. Okay. So you may want to wait till come back to this pivot line or this trend line, the imminent trend line, and then try to get the better priced, better entry so that your risk is very minimal. Okay. And there isn't any targets that's not hit. So this one is, it already left so far. If you try to get it now, there's more risk. This much of more risk. So I would skip this currency pair. I will do with this too. Aussie yen and Aussie USD. Okay. All right. It took me really much longer time than I could afford. So I'm gonna sign off here. Bye.